welcome to Daybreak. I'm Deb Uren, owner of Great Energy LLC, along with being the Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce. Here with
Terry Stiles, and I'm Production Manager at OCTV, and I'm the Secretary
Yes, you are.
for the Chamber of Commerce Board, and happy to do so.
Yes, we are happy to be on the board because Chamber does so much for Oxford community and all of our businesses.
They sure do. I was going to say that too. You're reading my mind. It's amazing what they do behind the scenes that people don't know about. And Amy Desautels, the Executive Director, is just running
She's
her,
the best.
Yep, she just hits the ground running, and every day.
Every single day, for sure. And you know, with that being said, I want to start off with talking about our directory. We're going to be having a new directory coming out. Probably it'll be printed by the mid-September of this year, but we're still taking advertisements, and that's going to be, I think, the first week in August is the deadline. Right. They've extended it a little bit for us due to a little bit of production issues, but not a problem. We're going to be having that extended till August 1st. But every member of our chamber is going to be listed in here, and if you want to have an advertisement in there, you know, we've always done this. And these books, we're going to have 4,500 books printed. They go into every packet of
the new people coming into the community, the new residents that come in. It's a welcome bag, isn't it?
The welcome bag. That's what I was trying to say. So it does go into every one of those welcome bags, and every new resident that moves into the Oxford community will be receiving one. Along with businesses, will have them on display so that you could pick one up there. But you know, I have mine. I keep mine in the kitchen.
I keep it on with me.
Yeah. And it's like, it's such a good place to refer to something, you know, somebody's phone number, or if you're looking for, let's say, a new dentist or a dog groomer. I mean, any type of thing. We've got so many different businesses here that are part of our Oxford Chamber.
Businesses that we don't normally hear about. And when I go through that book, and I've been in this community my adult life, and I go through that book and go, oh, didn't know we had one of those here. That's like we hear a lot. Didn't know there was a TV station in Oxford. We hear that a lot. But that book, last year, when was it last year or year before? Anyhow, we got a supply of them at the studio. And one day, just several months ago, I went to grab one thinking there's still some out there. They're gone. And they really are hard to get a hold of once they're dispersed throughout the community. They go. People use them. And your advertisement is in there. It's amazing the information that's in that book.
The advertising is what's really good for our members, because our book is published every 2 years. So you're talking advertising for 2 years in a book that new people coming into the community, you know, and if you're on Facebook and you'll see people requesting, you know, recommendations. I'm new to the area, and you think, oh my gosh, you know, they haven't picked up their packet yet.
Obviously not.
Obviously. But, you know, it's really, I can't say enough about it. So look forward to our new ones coming out. We're going to have, of course, a different cover, so that'll be interesting.
And then for the businesses that are in there and requesting advertising, it's extended for them as well to get that information to Amy, right? Or is she looking for it like last week?
We have our printer is reaching out to all of our all the people that have advertised in our previous years, as well as getting in touch with all of our chamber members. There's a phone call, there's an email that's going to be coming. I've already received 2 phone calls myself. So, you know, they are reaching out because we know that people are wanting to get in here, and then with all the new members, oh my goodness, all the new members that we have now, they're not even aware that they can do this advertising. So, you know, the printing company is reaching out, and the prices are really really inexpensive for the amount of space that you're going to be receiving and the exposure.
Right.
So
Yeah.
with that being said, I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of our new directory that's going to be coming out and the advertising taking place. You know, we did a ribbon cutting not too long ago.
Right, for the credit union?
Yeah.
Michigan United?
Yes, yes, and OCTV, thankfully, OCTV is always there for our ribbon cuttings.
Yeah, that was a fun event. It was unusual because it was in Lake Orion.
Yes.
But it was really nice that the Michigan United Credit Union, is that how they say it? It's 3 credit unions that have united. So it was at Lakes Credit Union, which is right across from Eva's. We all know where Eva's is at. And they've all merged. So it's not like Lakes went away. It's they've expanded, and their services have expanded, and great people down there. It's been a while since I've even been in that building,
and it's such a beautiful building.
It really is.
And if you're not familiar, it's down M24, and I think everybody knows where the Kroger's is on M24. So it is the very large building that is just south of that, correct?
South of that, and across from the cemetery and Eva's Dairy.
And Eva's Dairy. Yeah. So that was nice, and like I say, OCTV is always there to film our ribbon cuttings.
Yeah. So, well, it's a neat event, and there's quite a few.
Well, we've got another one coming up. Let me just check in my paper here. I know that there's another one
for Oxford Orion Youth Assistance. They're talking about having one. Is One Drop having one?
They will eventually, but this one's Crossroads for Youth. Crossroads for Youth,
Sorry,
yes.
my bad.
And that's going to be on August 4th at 4 p.m. And Crossroads for Youth is located on Drainer Road. If you haven't been out there,
it's so pretty.
It's a beautiful setting out there. They've done a lot of updating as well.
Yeah, that is for the new building that they have for the girls' dorm, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, they have done a lot of updating out there.
Yeah.
I think that's in the same section where North Oakland Transportation Authority used to be. Across on that would be the north side of Drainer Road. So they have property on both sides of Drainer.
Both sides.
I think it's on the lake side. The girls get the lake.
Oh,
I could be wrong, so you'll have to go out there and visit. Anyone can visit these ribbon cuttings.
Yes.
I think people are a little intimidated by, there's the big sign and cameras are there, and usually all the employees and the chamber board, but that's for anyone. I would love to see more of our village representatives and our township representatives be there. We're welcoming those businesses into our community, and so we want to make them feel special.
Exactly.
And they are.
And they need to see the support of our community, because Oxford is such a warm and welcoming community, and this is just yet another way for you to show your support. With that being said, we're just going to take a real quick break, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Daybreak. Terry and I, we were talking about our directory. We were talking about our ribbon cuttings that we're having. I just wanted to thank our new renewing and new members that have recently signed up with the Chamber. So let me just read through this list. We had API Consulting Accounting Services. We had Caldwell Banker Professionals, Inspections by Mark, Oxford GQT Movies, Oxford 7. Yes, that's so nice to have them back on board and open.
Yeah,
we'll talk about them in a little bit. Then also, Oxford Hills Golf Club, Paint Creek Country Club, Patterson Home Pharmacy, Raymond James Financial Services, Soothe Your Soul, Wood Chips Express. And that's just to name a few, okay? Every week we have an email that goes out. Amy and Sarah prepare what's going on new in Oxford. And so we always have a list in there because it's a weekly thing where members are renewing their memberships and new members come into town and see the importance of being a chamber member. So they come into the office or just give Amy a call and they become members of the chamber. So our chamber is constantly growing. And because of that, we also have events for people to kind of, as we say, mix and mingle.
Which also goes out on that email blast.
The
which
notices
goes every Monday, right?
Every Monday morning.
And that goes to every chamber member. So yeah, everybody knows what's going on at all. All the businesses know what's going on at all times.
Exactly.
Which is really nice.
And for those of you who, you know, you don't have a business, you're not a chamber member, you can still receive these updated newsletters that we get. Yep. So, you know, just get in touch with Amy, send an email, info@oxfordchamber.net. That will go directly to our executive director, Amy Desautels, and she will add you to the list. Like we were saying, every Monday morning that email comes out.
I love getting that. And
I do too.
Okay, what's going on with the chamber? Of course, I need to probably know what's going on.
Well, and really, here we are.
But it's really nice to hear.
We're board members. We're board members, and even then, we're finding out news in the newsletter that we weren't aware of because it had just happened.
Yeah. They update constantly. It's really
all the time it's updating. Amy's not getting in touch with all of us. I mean, you know, we have our monthly board meetings and we get the updates, but these newsletters really keep us informed. Yeah. So,
upcoming events.
We were talking mix and mingle, and our next one is going to be July 27th. It starts at 4 p.m. and we're doing something really, really different this time, and how exciting is that? We're going to start at Victoria's, and we're going to walk and enjoy the social district. And you want to
we're going to try it out.
We're going to try it out.
So it's a new, it's a new thing in the community, and I'm sure everybody's heard about it. DDA sponsors a lot of that, but the social district is that you can, for the restaurants that participate, or the bars, the drinking establishments that participate in it, you can go from, say, Victoria's to the brewery because it's on that side of the street. You cannot go to the other side of the street. There's a separate social district on the other side of the street. But you can wander back and forth, and you can have your drink and you can chat with people. I think this was born out of the COVID outside thing, but I experienced it in Lake Orion this past week, and it works really well. It's really nice to be able to wander around, visit with people. You can go shopping and do on your side of the social district, and that's important to note because number one, it's against all rules to wander across the street, but it's also safe. If you're drinking an alcoholic beverage, it's probably safe not to cross the street.
Exactly.
And that's a little confusing. Everybody's still working their way around those, I think they call them zebra stripe crosswalks.
Yes.
Everybody's still trying to figure that out, and so it's safe just to stay put. But I'm so excited that the first one is going to be at Victoria's and participating establishments. I don't know which ones those are, unfortunately.
Right. Like you say, unfortunately, we do not have the list of all of the restaurants that will be participating that we can share with you, unfortunately. But I know Homegrown is one. And other than that,
the Tap maybe.
I would think. See, they had to fill out an application in order to do this.
And get approved.
And it all had to be approved.
State approved.
Yep.
And so then don't you get a wristband?
It's either with the wristband or with the cup that you're going to be receiving.
So there is an identification that you will be able to tell where you can go. And,
it's not like anything you can be walking around the street. You know?
Yeah, you can't just walk uptown with your beer in hand and participate. You do have to be part of that social district group. There is a map, so you could probably go to the village DDA and get the map, and it shows what the social district is. It looks like it's a pretty good length of town on the east side of 24,
but it's
a little bit
just
shorter up to the park.
Knowing who the participants are is something that we don't have at this particular moment.
Unfortunately, because it's not a DDA. I mean, it's not a chamber sponsor. It's a DDA thing. So, but you could go to the DDA and certainly find out who's participants, and you can even go to the park, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's part of the district. And there are rules, like initially when there was more COVID rules, you had to be masked when you were in the social district. I don't think you have to now. Have to wear masks now. But there are rules that we all need to follow, and we all need to behave. We don't need to give the village police any more reason to be busy.
Oh my goodness!
Those guys are going to be keeping an eye on what's going on. So that added another layer to our village police and what they do. And just let me give you a shout out right now, Mike and your crew, Chief Mike, who's also our president of our board. But those guys they're dedicated to the village. They really are dedicated to the residents in the village. And so thank you for that.
Yeah, and they're always looking out for us and the community. I mean, they're doing their best to make our village area safe for everyone.
And it is. I feel very safe downtown.
Absolutely.
And you know, something people don't know is they patrol the backs of those businesses all night long to make sure nothing's going on when the businesses are closed. So they do a lot more than we think.
Right.
They don't just pull us over for going 35 miles an hour down that hill on Burdick.
I know, yeah.
They're good guys.
They truly are.
I did digress. I got us off track. There's all kinds of cool events going on downtown with the chamber.
Well, and talking about events, we also have Coffee Connects. You know, we're always looking for different things to be doing for networking. So our mix and mingles are something that we do in the evenings, but we're going to take a break right now, and we'll talk about those Coffee Connects when we come right back. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Daybreak. We're going to talk about Coffee Connects now. On the first Tuesday of every month, we are now finally able to go to businesses and actually start having our Coffee Connects, which are from 8 till 9 on that first Tuesday of every month, 8 till 9 in the morning. And this next one will be on August 3rd, which of course is a Tuesday, and it's going to be at Apothecary and Company. I always enjoy going there. We get certain prescriptions for a couple of our dogs. We get there. We get made. They compound.
Compound. That's what it is.
Yes. Hillary, who is the pharmacist, she does the compounding. And so both Hillary and Sarah, big hearts, wonderful ladies.
So helpful.
Very.
Oh my goodness, I swear they got me through COVID without unscathed.
Okay.
I really swear they did. I mean, they recommended vitamins to take to help protect yourself.
They're very holistic.
And anytime you go in there, right? Anytime you go in there and you say, I'm not sleeping well, they'll recommend something that might help, a tea or some kind of oil or something. They're just so willing to help. They're here, I think, because they like the people.
Absolutely, because you know they are not the local residents. They travel quite a ways just to come here and open up that business, and we are so thankful to have them in our community. We're very lucky, really, to have them in our community. So that's when our next Coffee Connect is going to be, once again, August 3rd from 8 till 9 in the morning.
And you don't have to be a chamber member.
You do not.
If you haven't been in there, just go in.
Just come on in.
That's a great day.
You know, our Coffee Connects are really very laid back. Everybody has about a minute or so to, we go around the circle and just introduce ourselves, introduce the businesses that we are, whether you're a brick and mortar business right in town, whether you're like myself where it's an at-home business, we're all there to just learn about each other. And every time we're there, there's always new people.
I always find something new and good stories.
Exactly.
And also while you're there, you can pop your head into Caputo's salon. She hasn't been in the community that long.
No.
So we need to keep introducing her to the community because it takes a while to build up your clientele.
She, for those of you who may not know, she took over the business of Charm and Company, and so now she's got her own label on there, and very nice lady. So give her a try, especially if you're looking for a new shop in town. Very nice, very nice.
I love those Coffee Connects. Besides that, there's always a good cup of coffee.
Absolutely, yes. And one other thing I wanted to mention is we have OPN. This is Oxford Power Networking. We now have a second session that is taking place. Both of them are on the first and the third Friday of the month. We have our mornings, which run from 8 till 9 o'clock, and now we have an afternoon time. Those go from 12:30 to 1:30. Yes, 12:30 to 1:30. Once again, the first and the third Friday of the month. You do have to be a chamber member. And we have only one representative for each different business out there. So you can, just call or just come in and attend one of those and see if your particular business has not been filled. You'll be able to be a member. This is part of your membership, but we just do not have two conflicting, businesses. You're one business.
And where do they meet?
They meet at the Legacy Center. I want to say exactly where. I do know it's back by the restaurant part of the Legacy Center.
Yeah, right. Not hard to find.
Not hard to find at all, and especially when you're going at that hour of the morning.
You know where it's at? It's in the C. Ray room.
That is correct.
Thank you. Where the bowling alley is. Yeah,
yep.
That's right. I forgot. Now, what do they do in those meetings?
Once again, it's just like your Coffee Connect.
Okay.
But you're that group, and you're seeing the same people, and you're a referral partner is what it is.
Oh, I like that.
So, you're always looking, if in your course of your day you're running into somebody that says, hey, do you have an insurance agent that you could, refer me to? You've got one right in your OPN group, and of course, there you go. That's who you're going to refer to someone.
That makes sense.
And you're always talking about the businesses that are in that OPN group. So it's really kind of nice to be able to have our second one. We've had one going for about a year and a half now, maybe even close to 2 years.
Probably.
So now we have a second one, and
That's
it kind of, you know, it really helps having them at 2 different hours of the day.
Now, on that second one, is it a whole new set?
It's a whole new set of people.
So if there's an insurance representative in the morning, you can still have the insurance representative in the afternoon?
In the afternoon.
Oh,
it can
cool.
be. It can be a different insurance. I mean,
Nice,
it's only fair with taking that particular occupation.
Sure.
We have a number of insurance agents, and so you know it would be that if you're in the morning one, you're not going to take unless they're looking for somebody and have been looking for somebody, and you want to be able to do 2 of these, then yes. But let's be fair and you know let others be able to fill in that slot.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that it's so successful that there's another group that wants to start for people that are more available in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
I think that's really cool.
That says a lot. That truly says a lot.
I'm proud of our chamber. We do a lot of good for the community.
Yes, we do.
I've been involved in other chambers, on another chamber board, and it was hard just to get the board together, no less get any event together,
Really?
business-wise. Let's face it, business people are busy, but the business community here is so willing to participate and have those chamber, like the coffee connects and the mix and mingles, and you know, most places you kind of go, well, I'm too busy tonight, or yeah, well, that's a really good time for us to have the rest of the community come in. But boy, this one, you talk to any business and say, do you want to do a mix and mingle here? They're like, yeah, sure, I'd love to.
Right.
That's really cool.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
I love this community.
I do too.
Anyhow.
I do too. You know, we were talking about our cinema, the Oxford Cinema.
Sevens, yeah.
And they have a new thing. It's called Tuesday Special.
With the number 2.
With the number 2, 2S Days Special, but it's on Tuesdays for just $22. Listen to what you get. You'll have 2 movie admissions, 2 medium soft drinks, and a large tub of popcorn for $22.
That's a cheap date.
I was going to say, it's exactly
awesome.
What I was going to say.
I love that.
Cheap date.
Yeah.
Isn't that sweet?
And they're playing great movies, and I'm really excited to be involved in the community. That is very cool.
What a wonderful way of bringing people in. You know, it's so nice to have the theater open. I've seen so many great responses, you know, on Facebook so, talking about our theater. So it's really, really great to be able to have them open again. Yeah.
So you can go downtown to any number of restaurants, have your dinner, and then take your date to the, that's a great night out.
Absolutely.
My anniversary's coming up. I think that's what I'm going to do.
I think that's a great idea. We'll let Don know.
You know, because of COVID, I haven't been to a movie in too long.
I know.
And plus, they changed hands. Oxford 7 changed hands, which is really very fun. And then DDA is working with them too. Downtown Development Authority is working with Sevens to maybe bring a nice, fun event in the community too. So keep an eye on the DDA. OCTV, I want to talk real quick. OCTV is looking for volunteer announcers for sports, and either volunteer or experienced camera people to record our meetings at night. Call 248-628-9658.
With that being said, we're going to close this Daybreak with Deb Uren.
And I'm Terry Stiles, and I'm so glad to have you back here in the studio.
Absolutely. We'll see you again real soon.
Have you liked us on Facebook yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Just go to your Facebook page, go to the search bar, and type in Oxford Community Television.